السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه من والاه. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to him, and peace and blessings be upon his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Habibi, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you all. We have about 30 minutes. My talk will not be so long, inshallah. I want to deliver a message. The title is, and you need to concentrate with me. The title is Submission to a God We Don't See. Are we happy with this? I repeat, submission to a God we don't see. Practically, do we see Allah? Can we listen to Allah directly? Like, does this mean Allah does not exist? Right. Now, and I know, alhamdulillah, mashallah, you are all Muslims. Alhamdulillah, you were born in Muslim families, most of you, if all of you, I don't know, maybe some of you came from a revert or a convert family. However, you all came from Muslim families. But practically, at any moment, any one of you could face the following question from your friend, your colleague, at school, at the neighborhood. Yani, are you a Muslim? Yes. Maybe this person has come from non-believer society or family. Maybe his two parents are completely rejecting the whole idea of faith. Maybe they are atheists. So in a very simple, humble way, he could come to you asking you a question. You are what? You tell me I'm a Muslim. You tell him. Right. You believe in what? You say, I believe in Allah. Simple question. How do you believe in a God you don't see? Is it possible that you might face this question or not? At any moment. True or false? Right. Now, and I know, alhamdulillah, you are believers, you are Muslims, but it's not, or let's make it another way, it's very good to be ready how to deal with these questions for more than one reason. One of the reasons for yourself, if the question came to your mind. Number two, which is might be more important than the first one, but what if someone is seeking help from you at school or at the street, asking you a question, and you are the only one that he or she trusts? You need to be of knowledge or having some knowledge how to help this person. Are you with me? So today, inshallah, I will be dealing with you. I will try to give you tools, ways of thinking, how to prove that Allah does exist. In a very simple, humble, easy way, inshallah, with the Mawla Azza wa Jal. Let me just start with a quick two questions. Now, do you love Allah? Yes, say yes or no. Do you love Allah? Yes. Type. If I ask some of you in a very short answers, why do you as a person love Allah? What answers I might receive? Before I start my core point of the topic, why do you love Allah? Can you give me an answer? Why? Yes, brother, but speak loudly, huh? He created everything that we love. Jazakallah khair. What else? Because he's the creator, which means the founder. He is the one who brought to the existence everything. But what else? Yes? He created us. MashaAllah. Yes, including, it's part of your answer. I myself would not have come to exist unless if Allah permitted me to be. He created me. But what else? Yes. Ghafoor Rahim. I love him because he is the most compassionate, the most merciful. His mercy when I make mistakes, when I do something wrong, when I break something, Allah will help me to fix and will forgive me. What else? Yes. Because? Why not? Good, it's a good question. Why not to love him? It's good. If someone is fully satisfied with full peace of mind that he needs no answer, no problem. But in case if someone asks you the question, it's good to think about it. Does Allah deserve to be loved? By the way, you are making a common sense answers because you said He created us, He gave us, He supported, He forgives. And because of such things in the human beings, we love the people. Why do you love your parents? Because He brings everything for me. He takes care of me. Why do you love your mother? She took care of me when I was a child. Look, took care of me. She helps me. He, she, dad, mom, both of them dedicating their life for me. So when we benefit from something, when we see something that's provided to us, part of our reaction to be thankful, one of the things that we are thankful, one of the aspects is that we love because of the benefits. Yes, you are benefiting. You are benefiting from the fact that Allah is taking care of you. You are benefiting from the fact that Allah has given you. Good. Right. This is not any new answer. Why do we love Allah? Right. This is not my point, by the way. This is just to prove to you that I'm speaking with believers. By the way, do you know why I ask this question? I ask this question just to prove to you that you have no problem with the existence of Allah. Yani, none of you, when I ask this question, no one of you said, Sheikh, but excuse me, how come you are asking me, why should I love Allah? I have a problem with His existence aslan. No, you don't have this problem. Alhamdulillah. You don't have it. So I'm just proving to you that you don't have it because most of you raised up your hand to tell me why you love. You did not ask me who told you that I believe in His existence. So by default, this problem is solved for most of you and inshallah for all of you. Now I'm just providing you with tools, with ways of thinking when this question comes to you. Let me give you 3 or 4 quick questions. Now, the questions might be a little bit at the beginning somehow difficult, but wallahi, when you just bear a second with me, focus with some patience, you will feel very happy. You know why? Because you understand something, you feel happy. Does it happen with you when something very sophisticated or very complicated, for example, in math or in chemistry, in science, which is really you are not able to understand it? Once you understood what was really very difficult, immediately everything. Abu Farouk, تسكرون الباب معلش. أبو الفاروق تسكرون الباب معلش. طيب جزاك الله خير. شكرا حبيبي. بارك الله فيك. طيب, question number 1. Is it true that every non-seen thing does not exist? Is it true if someone came to you and I'm giving you the way how to help when someone asks you this question? Someone came to you, hey, how do you believe in God and you can't see Allah? Don't try to find an answer. You ask a question. Number 1, imagine I am the person who's asking you the question. Do you believe? Are you a Muslim? Yes. Tell me, what do you believe in? I believe in Islam. Okay, what does Islam mean? I submit myself to Allah. Who's Allah? Allah is the creator. How do you know that He does exist and you don't see Him? Immediately you ask a question. What is your question? Is it true that every non-seen thing does not exist? The fact, is it true in my normal life, practical life, physical life? When I do not see something, I don't believe in its existence? Is that the case? If he said yes, you ask him the following. أخي تسكرون الباب الله يكرمكم لو سمحتم الباب. جزاكم الله خيرا. طيب, if he said yes, طبعا, if I can't see something, how come I believe in its existence? Ask him the following question. طيب, do you believe in gravity? Do you believe in the existence of gravity? Yes or no? Is it a scientific fact or not? طيب, have you touched gravity? Have you seen gravity? Have you heard gravity? Have you tasted gravity? How do you know it does exist? How do we know that gravity does exist? You did not see gravity. What do you see? Yes? Okay, what's this? The gravity itself, where is it? Tell me, what is the color of gravity? Huh? Does it have a color? Does it have substance, dimension? How do you believe in its existence? Yes, brother. Speak loudly. Huh? By the effects. Look, gravity itself is non-seen. How do I know that gravity exists? By the effects, al-athar. Yani, when we, for example, jump, immediately we come back. When we throw something, if it has a weight, it's not very light, and the wind takes like this and this, it will go down. We call it gravity, and we know that there is some kind of magnetic power that pulls. We call it gravity. Someone else called something else. It's not a problem. The idea. How did we know that there is something that's called the power that pulls things down, and we call it gravity? Because of what? The effect. Even though we don't see the gravity. I'm giving you a way how to answer a question. If someone told you, how do you believe in God? Your first question to him, if you think that what you do not see does not exist, you tell me, how do you believe in gravity? طيب, do you believe in the existence of electricity? Who knows the shape of electricity? The shape of electricity. Does it have a shape? Weight? Color? No. How do you know that electricity does exist? Yes? Huh? Because we use it, but do we see it itself, the electricity itself? Do we see it? No. How do you know that there is electricity? Yes? Now, what we see here, electricity or the light? Light. Now, yes? It's behind it. It is the reason why the light is on. But the electricity itself is not seen for us. But we believe in its existence because, yes, effect, mashallah, yes. You see, the effect of electricity, the light, the mic. How do you think I'm able to what? Yes, the speakers using electricity, the light, the AC, the condition, the heater, all of them, they are using electricity. None of us was able to see, to touch, to taste, to hear the electricity. We see what? The effect. So, if someone asked you, how do you know that God does exist? You ask him in a very polite way, is it true that if the non-seen does not exist? If he said yes, ask him, how do you know electricity and gravity do exist? If he has no answer, try to educate him how to fix the problem in his mind. Because he himself thought in a very humble way. Maybe he's not educated in faith because he came from non-faith background. But he is wondering, how come you believe in something? You have no problem. You are a believer. You can prove your faith. He himself does not have this. Yes, Habibi. And I can't hear you. Can you speak loudly? Now, the light itself is not the electricity. Lighting. Okay. The light is not the electricity itself. The light is the effect of the electricity. You know, the protons, the electrons, we don't see them by our eyes. We know that they do exist because of the effect. I'm just giving you an example. Lighting. Brother, you know what I mean by the example? The example, okay, imagine that we discovered, for example, a kind of microscope that we can see the very tiny things inside the electricity. My point now, with my normal power, am I able to see electricity itself? No. Do I believe in its existence? Yes. Why? Because of the effect. This is my point. You can say the gravity. طيب, let me tell about yourself. By the way, do you believe in human rights? طيب, do you believe in justice? Justice. You don't believe in justice? No, I'm telling you as a person. Do you believe that justice is something very important in life? So do you believe that justice must really be applied on everyone? طيب, did you see justice? Exactly, it's a term. But I'm just giving an idea. Many times, we don't need to prove the existence of something to see itself as a physical, tangible asset. My point, I'm just training you how to prove the unseen thing. Are you with me? This is just the first point, how to think. Yes, Habibi. Speak loudly, please. Okay. تفضل. Brother, شوف, God himself, we don't know his reality 100%. Yes, that's true. We as a human being, we use what? Simple examples to make things easy for youth or for kids. Just to make it easy. You see? For example, if your brother, he's just 5 years old, he has no idea about mechanic, engine, cars, gasoline, kerosene, whatever. He asks you, for example, you are 10 now, let's say. He asks you how the space rocket is moving and reaches the moon. And he's just 5 or 4. You use what? Simple examples, okay? But everything you tell him will be suitable to his age, even though the reality is not clear for him. True or false? This is what I'm using now. Allah himself, we don't know, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. But we know his existence because of his creation, his power, his wisdom. We know by the effect that he does exist. This is my point. When someone asks you this question, how to use this with him. Yes, Omar.
What if somebody believes in the Big Bang and all those? What if somebody believes in that and then he's like, what are the effects of those? What I mean is, he believes everything just came from the sun.
طبعا هلا طبعا عمر is asking a question some atheists or non-believers believe. They believe in the Big Bang theory, which means that the universe, all of them, they were one mass and they were split into pieces and like a big explosion. Now, as believers, we believe that if that happened, it happened by the will of Allah. And Allah is the one who created the universe in this way. Very simple. Now, if he believes in that and he excluded Allah from the equation, it's my turn to ask him a question. Where did this masses came from before it was exploded? He has to answer the question, not me. Because I believe that Allah is the creator of everything, and Allah is the initiator, Allah is the Fatir, Allah is the Khaliq of everything. Yes?
That relates to God.
Yes. Now, this is part of science. For us, I'm discussing, we as believers believe God created the universe and created the laws inside the universe. Yani, have you heard the word Sunan Kawniyya? Sunan Kawniyya, have you heard this terminology? Sunan Kawniyya, the laws that Allah has created inside the universe to rule the universe. حبايبي خليكم معي. معلش شوي. Now, for example, chemistry. When we bring, for example, you know, the food salt that we use, the salt. You know, basically, the two main components of salt is what? Do you know? Sodium and chlor. The chlor and the sodium, basically, when they are mixed in a certain way, we will have chloride sodium, which is the salt. Now, these two components alone, each one of them is poisoning. It kills. You know that? Yes. The sodium by itself, it kills. If you eat sodium, it kills you. If you eat chlor, it kills you. When we mix them together in a certain conditions, we will have something we can't eat without, which is the salt. Right. Who gave the nature of these things when they are mixed in some conditions, they will become a very needy part of our food. Did we design or we discovered? We discovered just. Got my point? For example, the oxygen and the hydrogen, when they are mixed together in certain conditions, we have what? Water. Water. What is water? Oxygen or hydrogen? True or false? It's oxygen and hydrogen. طيب, who gave the nature, the power, the ability that when oxygen and hydrogen, they are mixed together in a certain conditions, we will have water. We did not create, we just what? Discovered. Right. Next question. I'm just giving you tools. Now, next question, it's parts. In our daily life, forget the faith now, in our living, when we want to reach to something through the signs and the mark, for example, when we have a crime, imagine that you are a police officer. You are in investigation unit at the police. Okay? You were called as an investigation unit and you came to the crime scene where someone was killed. 6 months later, you, with your unit officers, you were able to capture the criminal, the killer. How? What did you do? Evidences. What do you call these evidences? Yes. Look what you did. My question, have you as an officer witnessed him killing that person? You discovered 6 months later that he was the killer. What did you do? You were, first of all, you saw what signs, marks, alamat. You analyzed, you thought, you made a processing of evidences, adillah. By the evidences, you were able to reach to something, someone who was not there. What do we call this? Yes, you reach to unseen something through the marks and signs. Do we do this in our life or not? Yani when your mother comes at home and she saw the Nutella is completely empty, the chocolate is messed. What could be one of the ways that your mother will discover that you are the one who ate the Nutella? She did not see you. No CCTV cameras. Give me logically. How can your mother discover that you are the one? Yes, give me ways. Yes. Ya inshallah. Yes. To see what? The chocolate on your face. For example. Yes. What else? She knows. Okay. She knows depending on what? Sorry, I can't hear you. Okay. Jazakallah khair. If you are the only one who, that's true. This is common sense. Nutella was there. Your mom left home. She came. You are the only person there. She came. Nutella is messed. So by default, the one who ate the chocolate is Mrs. Miss. You are the only one. So by default, because you know, logically, the chocolate will not discover by itself. And you can't say, Wallahi, I don't know, maybe the jinni ate it. You can't claim that, okay? Because jinn, they do not eat chocolates, okay? they ate Snickers, was. Maybe Kit Kat, but Nutella, no, maybe they don't like it, okay? I'm just joking, okay? Don't say, the Sheikh told us, the jinn, they ate Snickers and the Kit Kat, maybe. No, I'm just joking, okay? This is called the common sense. We reach to non-existence, okay, existed thing through the marks and the signs. The same thing, when we apply this on the universe, when we see these great things, before I go to the third example, when we see marks and signs of greatness, this universe, we ourselves, great oceans, trees, creatures. These horrible, beautiful things. Signs of someone has made it. I'm just giving you ways how to help someone else if he or she is not able. طيب. Third example, and it will be before the last, inshallah, before I finish. I will not take a lot of time. Third example. If you were, and please think deeply with this example. If you were traveling alone, you know, in a very huge, big desert, just sand, complete sand, okay? You found iPhone 14 there. Bismillah ar-Rahman. Yes, you see? Look, you found iPhone 14 there in the desert. And you were able to realize how powerful this phone is. Now, logically, if someone came to you, yes, Habibi. Now, this is the question that I will ask now. Now, I will give you. I will give you. Now, I did not finish my argument yet. I'm saying, imagine. طيب حبيبي خليكم معي شوي. I'm saying, imagine you found this very beautiful, powerful device, iPhone 14, in the desert, and someone came and told you the following. Someone came to you and told you the following. Hey, say, you asked him, excuse me, do you know this iPhone 14 belonged to whom? He said, why should it be belonging to anyone? It came here by coincidence, صدفة. He said, hey, you think I'm crazy? This is i14, okay? iPhone 14. I said, okay, it came by coincidence, صدفة. No. Simple. Do you accept it, first of all? Do you accept it that just out of nowhere, خلاص, this does exist there, خلاص? Do you accept it? By your, no. You will say, it's impossible. Someone brought it, someone made it. طيب. If someone came to you and told you the following, he said, look, to the best of my knowledge, I believe that a child of 3 years old, he passed by this area last week and he sat in this spot for 10 minutes. He made this iPhone and left. Do you accept this? I repeat, and really, seriously, think about it. Child, 3 years old, 10 minutes, no tools, no knowledge, no power, no know-how, nothing at all. And someone believes that this child has manufactured, designed an iPhone 14 in 10 minutes and left it and did. Do you accept this? But why? Tell me why you do not accept. Maybe he told you, Ya akhi, from theoretical, scientific point of view, is it possible? I believe it's possible. If you believe it's not possible, why? Yes, number one. Look, please listen. You need this. Habibi, you will need these answers. It takes professionals a long time. How come a young without knowledge? This is a common sense answer. Okay, what else? Yes, تفضل. He has nothing. He was there for 10 minutes and he is so weak he can't do anything. طيب, this is common sense. What else? Yes, Habib. No tools. The same thing. Yes, doesn't have a tools. طيب, what else? Yeah, I will come to you now. Yeah. Okay, the phone will not be working properly if he build it in 10 minutes. Aslan, he will not be able to build it. Aslan. طيب, give me answers, because imagine, someone really is asking you this question. تفضلي. Yes. And I can't hear. Do you barely know? Ah, yes. He is hardly able to talk or walk. How come? This is a common sense. Yani, a child is hardly able to talk or walk. But building a very, very sophisticated iPhone needs what? a lot of knowledge and a lot of skills and a lot of tools. طب how come؟ يقول لك خلاص يا عبي هي كده. لا مش كده. It does not, your mind will not accept this. طيب, yes, what else? Speak as much loud as you can. Even a professional cannot. And by the way, do you know Steve Jobs, who initiated the whole company of the Apple and iPhone about 40 years ago, he worked for maybe 25, 30 years till he, with his company, they managed to do this. Thousands of engineers for tens of years with billions of money and labs and investigations and experiments till they were able. So you told me, oh, come. What else? Someone was, yes, you. Okay, what else? Yes, تفضل حبيبي. If he made it, why would he leave it? Now, okay, if he made it, regardless why he left it, our question, your mind, does it accept something very sophisticated to be done by someone who's very weak? Or you discover by default, if this iPhone is very rich, very powerful, very sophisticated, means by default, the one who has made it has knowledge, skills, power, and many other things. True or false? This is called a common sense conclusion. Yes, تفضلي. This is another question. My question was just if it's there and someone believes that a child, you will refuse. But why you refuse? Because it's impossible for a child to do it. طيب, if a child, which logically he's a human being, but weak, cannot do it, how come no one has done the universe? You got my point? If we don't accept someone because of his weakness, it's impossible to make an iPhone. How come we say, I don't care who made the universe, which is more sophisticated and powerful and rich tens of thousands and millions of times than the iPhone? By the way, can you compare between the human brain and the eye and the iPhone? Much more sophisticated. Like, who created this iPhone? Our brains, millions of times, are much more powerful than the iPhone. Who designed this? Because some people, they say, how can I know? I'm giving you tools how to reach to the greatness of this God through the very powerful, sophisticated universe that we are living in. Is it clear? Okay. What I have done, I will finish with my final points. الآن عمر خليك معي حبيبي خليك معي. Just 10 minutes we will finish. معلش لو سمحت 10 minutes we will finish إن شاء الله بإذن الله. Maybe less. حبايبي, I will do a revision very quickly. What is the title of our gathering today? Submission to a God we don't see. How can be happy with that? Now I know you are believers, and I know, alhamdulillah, Ahmed, please. I know you are believers, and I know you will be happy with your faith. However, you yourself could be facing a question in the social media, or a colleague of yours, or a friend, or a relative might be raising this question in your face. If you yourself started to have a problem, I'm giving you tools how to answer. If someone is seeking your help, I'm giving you tools how to help him. I give you quick 3 areas, questions, ways how to help him in thinking. When he says, how can I believe something I can't see? Number 1, what was it? Who said that an unseen thing does not exist? Gravity and electricity. No, we have a lot of examples about the existence of many things and we can't see. So close the file. Number 2, what was number 2? In our practical daily life, we reach to many things, even though we did not witness, like the criminology, crimes. We do investigations. We use marks and signs to know something behind the scenes. We did not witness. We did not see, but we discover. the example, a crime scene and the Nutella and the gin and the Snickers. Okay, so that you can remember. Okay, who ate the Nutella? Huh? The gin. Okay. Snickers. Okay. Okay. So just to fix it in your mind, this is called the common sense. We use signs, marks to discover something we did not witness. When someone says, okay, we did not see Allah creating the universe. Who told you that you need to see Allah while creating the universe to believe in His existence? You reach Allah through the marks and signs. The last example, it was about what? The iPhone. Yes, serious, تفضل. سامع. The iPhone. What was the idea of the iPhone? Who can summarize the idea of the iPhone? What do you think I was trying to convey to you? Speak loudly, please.
The iPhone is a very powerful and rich and sophisticated thing.
Yes.
We humans were able to do it with the iPhone. Who can make it?
MashaAllah alayk. Thank you very much. What's your name? Nadeem. Nadeem, he did it perfectly. Very powerful, sophisticated device. We human beings, to be able to make an iPhone, we need a lot of skills, knowledge, experience. You know, for thousands of hours, engineers, very genius people to make this simple device. And we did not accept a child will be able, or the coincidence. Like, how do we accept a human being? Well, whole creation, they came out of nowhere. I'm giving you a way to help someone asking you about the possibility of the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But by this, I'll be finishing, inshallah bi'idhnillah. Now I will ask finally question. I need quick answers with one statement. I know the topic is a little bit difficult. I'm sorry for that. But you don't know when this knowledge will help you to protect your heart and someone else might be asking you, inshallah. What was the most beneficial thing in today's session for you? What did you learn? Something for you, you consider it very positive. You are happy to know it in the past 30 minutes. Hear the answers and we finish. Number one, speak loudly, please. Just cannot. A child cannot make, will can. They can't. The idea, it's impossible, the common sense. What was another example for you? You have to be benefited. Yes, تفضل. Can you speak loudly? Jazakallah khair. Yes. There's consequences for the actions, and we see things. There is a reason behind these things. So that's why one of the ways that we know the power of Allah, the greatness of Allah, the existence of Allah, everything that Allah is behind of this greatness. Jazakallah khair. What else? Yes. Okay, I thought you are raising your hand. Not. Yes, تفضلي. And I can't hear you. Yes, the example of the Nutella and the mother. It's a common sense. You discovered because of that. Okay? Good. Nice. Jazakumullah khair. What else? What was the most important thing you learned today? The idea, the concept, the example, so that we can finish in a few minutes. تفضل. And I can't hear you. Yes, mashallah alayk. Yes, Allah we can't see, but we have tons of proofs about His existence through other signs. And by the way, let me give you glad tidings, good news. Do you think we will be still facing this problem? I mean, the problem that we can't see Allah forever, or we can see Allah? What do you think? Yes, Yawm al-Qiyamah. Do you know after death, after the accountability, the day of judgment, who knows the verse that talks about that we will be able to see Allah? What is the verse? Yes. وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة. How many of you understand Arabic? Please raise up your hand. Okay, the Arabs, do you know what does it mean when you say وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة? ناظرة means looking at the day of judgment, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after inshallah, may Allah let all of us be from the people of the Jannah, inshallah. if we all went to Jannah, part of the highest level of happiness, satisfaction that we will be facing, that we will be looking at Allah. But how? We don't know. Allah will create for us new abilities, new personalities, new capabilities that we will be able to comprehend and realize. So we will be able, we don't know the how. But this is where? In the Jannah, not here. Here, Allah did not give us any sign about قَالْ لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. So believe in His power, in His existence. Number one, His attributes, sifat, Rahim, Adl, justice. He is justice. He is compassionate, most merciful, very powerful, all-knowing, all-hearing. We have to respect and submit. In the Jannah, we will enjoy seeing Him directly if you want. Do you want? By the way, please think about it. Wallahi, when we think about a celebrity, just a person, he is very famous because he's a famous sport person, or, for example, whatever. He's just a singer, actor, actress. We feel very happy if we saw them closely. True or false? Guys, how many of you love, for example, Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? Right, okay. Do you feel happy? Do you feel happy when you sit with someone you think he's great? Right, yes, you feel happy. Right. Who's greater than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What do you think your happiness will be when you be with Allah, speaking with you, and you speak with Him and you see Him? Think about it. Very simple. Think about it. Inshallah, أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرحمنا رحمة واسعة يتقبل منا. Don't forget me in your dua. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاكم الله خير. Thank you.